The Avalanche have made multiple roster moves, and this has serious implications as a few injuries that have recently plagued the Colorado Avalanche lineup heading into a game tonight against the Boston Bruins has prompted management as well as head coach Jared Bednar to mess around with the lines a little bit and move some guys around. And like I said, it's going to have huge implications for tonight's game against Boston. And there's also some updates surrounding a very large injury in the Colorado Avalanche locker room that we're hopefully going to be seeing improving for the better for the Colorado Avalanche looking forward. How's it going, everybody? Mark Robinson here. Welcome in to Avalanche Digest. Happy to be here with you breaking down all things Colorado Avalanche hockey. Got an exciting game in Denver tonight against the Boston Bruins. A Bruins team that's off to a hot start, doing pretty solid. So I think that the Avs have a pretty solid test ahead of them this evening, but obviously they're on a tear as well. Haven't had a regular regulation loss yet. Just one overtime loss to the Dallas Stars. So very exciting stuff. Looking ahead to this game for the Avs. Before we dive into today's video, I want to remind you guys to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Subscribe to Avalanche Digest. 73% of our viewers on a daily basis not subscribed to the channel. If you can even believe that, I know it's crazy, but it's true. 73% of our viewers not subscribed. So if you're part of that 73%, make sure you change that right now. Join the Avs Digest family. Join the community. We appreciate you guys' support so much more than you know. Without further ado, let's dive into today's video. So an update on a depth forward for the Colorado Avalanche came out this morning. Kiviranta is out indefinitely with a lower body injury. It was reported that he sustained said injury during the Columbus game when the Avs would get a win on the road against the Columbus Blue Jackets. It's unknown how or when it happened. We'll dive a little bit more into that report in just a minute here, but Kiviranta out indefinitely, will not dress and will not play tonight against the Boston Bruins at home in Denver, Colorado. So head coach of the Avs, Jared Bednar, he said that on Kiviranta, I don't have a timeline yet, but it's going to be weeks. So that to me kind of implies that it's nothing too severe, something too serious. It's just obviously precautionary that he needs to get right. He needs to step away from the game a little bit and figure out, what the deal is with his injury and obviously get back to a health level to where he can play hockey again. So shouldn't obviously be anything too crazy. Hopefully something like 2 to 3 weeks is what I would guess if we're dealing with a minor lower body injury. But from Bailey Curtis at DNVR Sports, Jared Bednar says that it is going to be on the week-to-week timeline versus anything more severe than that. So Kiviranta suffered a lower body injury and is out indefinitely, as we've talked about. The 30-year-old forward played in each of the first 5 games. He's been pretty solid for the Avs so far. I don't believe he's recorded a point quite yet, but he suffered the injury in Columbus. In that game, he had 3 shots and a +1 rating on the night for the Colorado Avalanche. So with that in mind, considering the fact that Kiviranta will be sitting because of the injury tonight, this brings up Zakhar Bardakov, who signed with the Avs in the offseason, who came from the Continental Hockey League, the KHL. He'll be making his NHL debut tonight in Colorado in front of a Colorado Avalanche fan base with his teammates. He'll get to do a rookie lap, all of that exciting stuff. So great for him that he gets to make his NHL debut. But hopefully he can pick up the slack that Kiviranta is now unable to provide. And he was playing pretty well in the preseason. He put up a few points, was doing solid on some of the lines that Jared Bednar was putting him out on. He had a solid showing for the Avs in the preseason. The question is can he live up to that in the regular season against, like I said, a pretty solid Boston Bruins team who's off to a hot start so far in the Eastern Conference. So we'll see Zakhar Bardakov at the center position on that 4th line tonight, alongside Parker Kelly and Gavin Brindley. Other than that, lines should stay pretty similar. The top 6 is, as it is, pretty dialed in. Marty Necas with MacKinnon and Lehkonen, and then Brock Nelson, Val Nichushkin. And just the top 6 is pretty dialed in. It's pretty solid. And then Ross Colton, Jack Drury, and Victor Olofsson in the middle, and Parker Kelly, Gavin Brindley on the right, and then Zakhar Bardakov, as I said, taking up that position on the bottom line for the Avs. Very exciting stuff that he gets to make his NHL debut. Another injury update. Mackenzie Blackwood, his conditioning loan with the Colorado Eagles has been terminated. So they sent him to the AHL just to get kind of back to a strong level of play, back to a healthy status, to get back into playing in the National Hockey League. The injury that he's experiencing stems from a surgery that he had at the end of the season last year. He had this conditioning stint, got right with the Eagles. It's been terminated, which means that he is day to day, and we should be seeing him come back very soon for the Colorado Avalanche. Obviously, it's been Scott Wedgwood for the entirety of the year so far, and he's been lights out. He's allowed 1 goal in every single game that he's played, except for the Dallas Stars game where he allowed a few more than that, but he's been playing lights out hockey. He's been wonderful in between the pipes for the Colorado Avalanche. I actually saw some interesting stuff going on Twitter surrounding Mark Moser, the play-by-play voice of the Colorado Avalanche, talking about how a lot of people were pretty frustrated with that move and that addition, signing Scott Wedgwood or trading him from to the Avs from Nashville. And look how it's working out. He is playing starting goalie level hockey. It's been very strong. He's been very solid for the Avs. But nevertheless, we want to get our starter back. We want to get his feet wet in this NHL season, as he hasn't had a start yet so far. Sounds like he is day to day, and that we should be seeing him come back very soon. So all this injury talk, just want to do a little recap and make sure that we're in the loop on who is injured and what the situation is with all of the injuries that we have on the roster right now. Logan O'Connor, of course, he's been out for a pretty solid amount of time. He's expected to come back, I think, sometime around the mid to late November, maybe even early December timeframe. He's been out for a while. He'll obviously get cycled into that bottom 6 when he is healthy, but for now, he's not available. Mackenzie Blackwood, of course, we just touched on him. He's day to day, finished up his conditioning stint. He should be getting ready to go for the Avs. Sam Girard, who suffered an injury recently as well. His role is being filled on the defensive side of things as it stands right now. So not a lot of concern around that. Obviously, the only thing is that we need a left shot defenseman. It's something that we don't have. It's Ilya Soyolov who's filling that role right now. A waiver pickup that the Avs had in the offseason from the Calgary Flames. And then, as of this morning, the most recent one, Kiviranta, one of our forwards on the bottom 4th line of the team, going to be out for a few weeks with an injury. But looks like the line should be pretty solid, and we still should be able to put up a pretty strong fight against the Boston Bruins tonight. Speaking of the Boston Bruins game tonight at home in Denver, Colorado, should be exciting. What's just as exciting as the fact that we've got a home game is this is what the locker room is looking like right now. Could be the night tonight that we see the Nordiques jersey get revealed by the Colorado Avalanche. I mean, they've got the nameplates with the Nordiques logo. They've got they've got the pants and the pads and all that with the Nordiques logo. Everything is pointing to the fact that we might see this jersey get unveiled. It's the 30th anniversary season for the Colorado Avalanche. They're paying tribute to their former franchise before the inception of the Colorado Avalanche. And this is the jersey that everybody's been so excited for and that everybody's been waiting for. And here's a little peek and a little tease about the fact that we will probably be seeing this jersey tonight as well. We wonder what these new goalie pads could be for. That awesome old school tan leather that Scott Wedgwood is rocking, that combined with the brand new Nordiques logo. If that is what the combination is going to be, it should be unreal. And like I said, all signs are pointing to the fact that we might be seeing these jerseys get unveiled tonight. Very exciting stuff. So like I said, potentially seeing those awesome new Nordiques jerseys get unveiled in tonight's game against the Boston Bruins. Score prediction for tonight. I think the Avs are going to edge out the Bruins, but I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I think it's going to be close. I think 3-2 in favor of the Avs is going to be tonight's final score. Bruins have been buzzing. They're off to a hot start, but I think the Avs are going to continue their reign of terror. Scott Wedgwood is going to continue to be locked in as goalie. And the Avs are going to get another win and improve to 5-0-1 on the season. Thanks so much for tuning into Avalanche Digest, everybody. As usual, I'm Mark Robinson. We appreciate your support as usual. We'll talk to you soon. And in the meantime, go Avs.